Hello, welcome to McDowell Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. In this series, we play through each of the battles in the American Grand Campaign in Close Combat 4, the Battle of the Bulge. We use historical World War II US Army doctrine to plan and conduct each battle. We start on the strategic map. It is 0800 hours on December 18, 1944, and the weather is foggy. Air support and artillery have been allocated, and there are no supply drops. In the last episode, the US 110th Regimental Combat Team of 28th Division fought the German Kampfgruppe 901 of the Lehr Division at Wiltz. The battle was a total American victory, and the German battle group was forced to disband. The next battle is at Esch Sur Sure, between the US 109th Regimental Combat Team of 28th Division and the German 5th Fallschirmjager Division. Commander, holding Esch Sur Sure gives us a tactical advantage if the Germans attack onto the map. It must be held. Deploy your men in the tower. Because of its superior elevation, you should be able to see right into any attacking German lines. The attack should come from the south, so defensive positions should be concentrated in that direction. On the US side is an American infantry battle group from the 109th Infantry Regiment under command of Colonel Rudder. It moves slowly, and reserves are now full. The company consists of 3 platoons. 1st and 2nd platoon are infantry, and 3rd platoon is a support platoon with 2 anti-tank guns and a mortar. The original squads retain their names and statistics. The battle group has been reinforced and brought up to full strength. Let's rename the new squads off-camera for ease of reference. Now, let's review each of the squads. 3-1 is 3rd Platoon Headquarters. 1-1 is 1st Platoon Headquarters. 2-1 is 2nd Platoon Headquarters. 1-2 is a BAR squad. 2-2 is also a BAR squad. 1-3 is a rifle squad. 2-3 is also a rifle squad. 3-5 is a recon squad. 3-4 is a 57mm anti-tank gun. 3-3 is also a 57mm anti-tank gun. 1-5 is a Browning 30 caliber medium machine gun. 2-5 is also a Browning 30 caliber medium machine gun. 3-2 is a 60mm light mortar. 2-4 is an M9 bazooka team. And 1-4 is also an M9 bazooka team. Next, let's look at the map and conduct a commander's estimate of the situation. Our mission is to delay German forces at Esch Sur Sure. Esch Sur Sure Castle is located on a spur in the small town of Esch Sur Sure in the northwest of Luxembourg. It is naturally protected by a sharp meander in the River Sur, which surrounds the town and the castle on 3 sides. The far riverbank is dominated by heavily wooded steep slopes. The road from Wiltz runs across the Pont de Pierre in the southeast and winds north through the town, passing the Château d'Esch Sur Sure with its prominent 3-story square tower, then crossing the Pont Rue de Kaundorf in the northwest on its way to Martelange. At the bridge, it joins the road south to Echternach. Both roads are dominated by the round castle keep on high ground south of the town. This is what the town looks like today. The map is remarkably similar to the actual town, bridges and the meander of the river. And the view from the round keep looking north to the tower and the Pont Rue de Kaundorf off to the left. Observation from the tower and the round keep are excellent, and both locations can keep both roads in view. Similarly, the view from the Pont Rue de Kaundorf along the western meander of the river is unobstructed. Observation within the town is limited by the buildings, with long lines of fire along the roads, but otherwise favouring short-range engagements. The stone walls of the castle, tower, and keep provide the best cover in the area. Next best are the wooden buildings in the town. The thick woods surrounding the town provide concealment. The River Sur is the key obstacle to movement in the area. The cliff faces at the base of the castle and in the woods are also impassable to vehicles, although they can be climbed by infantry. Unsurprisingly, this terrain channels vehicle movement along the roads, past the castle, and over the bridges. The Pont Rue de Kaundorf is decisive terrain, as it controls all vehicle movement to the west. The tower and the round keep are both key terrain, due to the significant defensive advantages of each location. The two avenues of approach from the south are either side of the river to the west and to the east, along the river and through the town. From previous battles, we can anticipate the Kampfgruppe from the German 5th Fallschirmjager Division to have 2 platoons of parachute infantry, with a Sturmgeschütz, anti-tank gun, and mortar in support. The Germans could advance along the western avenue of approach. Armour could push forward quickly to seize the bridge and cut off the Americans in the town. Then support the German infantry to conduct a deliberate clearance back to the southeast. This approach would weaken American forces in Esch Sur Sure by cutting them off from reinforcement and supply, and it would avoid unnecessary delay. However, it relies on a rapid advance by armour, and the avenue is otherwise exposed with little cover from anti-tank gun or machine gun fire. The alternative for the Germans is a slow, deliberate clearance of the town from the southeast. The immediate objective would be the round keep. The Germans would then clear through the town buildings and the castle, and the subsequent objective would be the Pont Rue de Kaundorf. This approach would minimise casualties, but it would be slow and thus achieve the American objective of delay. The Americans would delay the Germans using a block-block strike method. Both anti-tank guns would be emplaced at the Pont Rue de Kaundorf, covering the road to Echternach to the south and the bridge and road in the town to the east. They will strike any advancing armour. The anti-tank guns would be screened by infantry in the town, using the natural cover and concealment provided by the Château d'Esch sur and town buildings. First platoon would take the western half of the town, including the chateau. From the buildings on the high ground, they would block any advance up the western approach. Second platoon would take the eastern half of the town, including the buildings along the main street. They would block any advance up the eastern approach. Each platoon would hold out a reserve to the rear for immediate counterattack. The platoon boundary would be the western edge of the buildings on the main street. Better practice is not to put boundaries on roads, because this can lead to confusion as to who can fire onto the road. In this case, second platoon is unambiguously responsible for blocking German movement up the main street. I have made my decisions and have placed the platoons and squads in position. And so we begin. A Sturmgeschütz. Hit and destroyed.
Area secured.
The Americans occupy the tower. German infantry are moving on the town along the road to Echternach. Abel on the 60mm mortar opens a fire mission. Garrett's BAR squad moves to the building to their east.
Move completed.
Hooker's medium machine gun moves up to a firing position.
Team redeployed. In position.
The anti-tank gunners open rifle fire at long range. German infantry are also advancing from the south. The Germans are attacking on both axes. McDowell's rifle squad opens fire from the tower. The first assault in the west is defeated. A heavy anti-tank gun is spotted to the south, a Pak 43 8.8cm. Abel opens a mortar fire mission. The German advance in the east is slow, and 2nd Platoon sees a chance to seize the initiative. Garrett's BAR squad pushes forward, as does Hooker's medium machine gun. Inman's squad keeps the Germans under fire.
Enemy spotted. In position.
Brophy in 2nd Platoon headquarters pushes up. As does Newton's bazooka. Over to the west, a sharpshooter or German sniper is moving into a firing position on the rocky cliff. 3-5, Nolan's recon squad targets the sniper.
In position.
Nugent's bazooka squad lines up a shot at the anti-tank gun. The heavy anti-tank gun is destroyed with a single bazooka round. Nugent withdraws. To the west, the sniper is eliminated. The Germans are taking heavy casualties and are pinned in the open.
Nailed it!
Total American victory. The battle ended because the Germans' force morale got too low and they were forced to retreat off the map. The Americans gained control of the map and the German battle group was forced to disband. The Americans won the battle because they control a greater number of crucial victory locations than the Germans. The Americans took 3 killed and 1 wounded. The Germans took 25 killed, 20 wounded, 1 tank destroyed, and 1 anti-tank gun destroyed. Let's examine the American squads. McDowell's squad did some heavy lifting from the tower. Herring is awarded the Silver Star, Hua the Bronze Star, and Elgin the Combat Infantryman's Badge. Garrett is awarded the Bronze Star for his counterattack, but his squad paid the price with 2 dead and 1 wounded. 1 dead in Inman's squad, Private Mathis. Newton and Parks share credit for the anti-tank gun kill. Sergeant Burns' squad fought hard in previous battles but sat this one out. Anderson on Curtis's gun is credited with the Sturmgeschütz kill and is awarded the Combat Infantryman's Badge. So far, the campaign remains a major American victory. The Grant campaign has 14 days remaining. Your defense of the Ardennes is progressing better than your historical counterparts. This final battle of the morning's fighting saw the American strategy complete. Block in the north and south, and squeeze the German salient at its base. Over the campaign, cumulative American losses are 176 killed in action, 164 wounded in action, 8 tanks, 2 vehicles, and 11 guns. Cumulative German losses are 406 killed, 335 wounded, 47 tanks, 42 armoured vehicles, and 1 anti-tank gun. So, what did we learn? 2 things to seize. First, the high ground. The high ground provides better observation over the surrounding area, and it is easier to fire downhill than uphill. Whether in ancient times or in a galaxy far, far away, seizing the high ground provides a significant military advantage. In this battle, McDowell's squad took the castle tower. From this vantage point, they accounted for 16 enemy soldiers without loss to themselves. Second, the initiative. This means forcing the enemy to react to your moves rather than the other way around. In this battle, the German infantry in the east were moving up to the row of houses. From there, they would have engaged 2nd Platoon in a firefight, in which neither side had an advantage over the other. Instead, Garrett led his squad in a local counterattack, seizing the row of houses before the Germans could. Firing from cover and elevated firing positions in the 2-story building, 2nd Platoon caught the Germans in the open and made short work of their attack. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe and donate. and stay tuned for the next episode.